Willow wasn't, misbehaving. She was really communicating trauma, fear, uncertainty. Emma learned the truth every behaviorist knows. A dog's behavior isn't a problem to fix, it's a message to understand. And Willow at last felt understood. Emma had always believed she understood dogs. She grew up with them. Playful, loud, confident dogs who wagged their tails like helicopter blades whenever she walked through the door. But honestly, nothing prepared her for the quietness of the golden retriever standing in the shelter's corner that day. Her name was Willow. Not because she was graceful, though she totally was. Not because she bent like a willow branch in the wind, though she sometimes did. But because the volunteers said her spirit swayed easily, like a tree that had taken way too many storms. Willow didn't bark when Emma approached. She didn't cower. She simply watched, still, silent, unmoving, except for the tiniest flicker of her ears. Emma knelt slowly, careful not to spook her. "I'm Emma," she whispered softly, as if Willow understood English and fear. Willow's eyes, a soft honey brown, darted toward Emma's hands. Not curiosity, calculation. The way a dog measures a person who might hurt, or help. A shelter worker approached quietly. "She needs someone patient," they said. "Someone who understands that some dogs speak with silence." Right then, Emma made a promise, to Willow and to herself. No matter how long it took, she would learn Willow's language. Willow's new home was warm, gentle, safe, but Willow didn't step in like a dog finally freed. She entered like a ghost slipping into unfamiliar territory. Soft paws, slow movements, head low. Emma noticed everything. When Willow walked, she kept her body tight. Her tail stayed tucked. Her head lowered when Emma stood up, as if expecting something bad. Dog behavior psychology calls this anticipatory fear, a sign of past experiences echoing into the present. Emma didn't push, she didn't rush. She simply allowed Willow to exist. On the first night, Willow curled up beside the bedroom door, not next to Emma's bed, but close enough to feel the soft rhythm of breathing that wasn't threatening. It was a beginning. The language of small signs is, honestly, something most people overlook. Most folks think dog communication is all about barks, wagging tails, and those excited jumps. But Willow taught Emma otherwise. Every subtle movement was like a whole paragraph of emotion. The slight tremble when Emma opened a pantry door. The frozen stillness when someone walked up the stairs. The way Willow scanned every room before entering. These were messages. Fear. Caution. Survival instinct still active. Emma didn't speak back with words, she replied with actions. She moved slowly, spoke gently, avoided sudden gestures, let Willow approach first, always. It wasn't training, it was earning trust. And then one morning, something almost invisible happened. As Emma placed Willow's bowl on the kitchen floor, Willow's tail gave the tiniest, smallest, barely noticeable wag, a micro wag. Some people might have missed it, some might have thought it was nothing, but Emma knew better. In dog psychology, a tiny wag isn't excitement, it's a question. A soft, trembling, hopeful question. "Are you safe?" Emma smiled, not wanting to startle her. "Yes, sweetheart," she whispered, "I'm safe. And you're safe with me." Silent conversations. Days passed. Willow followed Emma from room to room, not close, not touching, but always within sight. Dogs like Willow don't cling. They orbit. They stay near enough to feel the presence of safety, but far enough to escape if needed. Emma understood the dance. Every time Willow settled a little closer, Emma pretended not to notice. Pressure breaks fragile trust. Patience strengthens it. At night, Emma would sit on the living room floor and read aloud in a soft, steady voice. Not to teach Willow anything, just to surround her with calm sounds. Willow would curl at the edge of the rug, her ears slowly relaxing, her eyes blinking in that slow, heavy way dogs do when they're letting their guard down. For the first time in what felt like years, Willow slept deeply. Not a survival sleep, a real one. It happened during a quiet Sunday morning. Emma sat cross-legged near the window sipping warm tea. Willow paced the room, something she did when thinking, or just, too nervous to settle. But then Willow stopped, turned, took one hesitant step, then another, and another, until her soft golden head rested gently, carefully, on Emma's knee. Emma froze. Not out of fear, but respect. This was a moment Willow chose, a moment she gave. Very slowly, Emma let her fingers move to Willow's head, giving one gentle stroke. Willow didn't flinch, didn't tremble, didn't pull away. She let out a long, deep exhale, the kind dogs release when a heavy weight leaves their body. Willow didn't come out right away. She needed time. Emma waited. Eventually, Willow crept forward, not all the way, just enough to place herself halfway into the room. She stood there, trembling, but not hiding. That alone was brave. Emma didn't try to pet her. Instead, she placed her hand on the floor, palm down, a universal "I'm not a threat" gesture among dogs. Willow's trembling slowed, her breathing softened, the storm inside her eased, because she wasn't facing it alone. That evening, something powerful happened. Willow approached Emma on her own, cautiously, slowly, one measured step at a time. She sat near her leg and pressed the side of her body against Emma's knee. Not lightly, not accidentally, but deliberately. A leaning dog is a trusting dog. Willow's silence used to be fear. Now her silence was peace. No barking, no whining, no panic, just the quiet presence of a dog beginning to heal. Later that week, Emma invited her sister over. Normally, Willow kept her distance from visitors, choosing corners and quiet rooms, but today felt different. Willow didn't run, she didn't hide, she simply observed, from a few steps behind Emma, a small step for most dogs, a leap for Willow. Emma sat with her sister on the couch. They talked softly, giving Willow space. After a few minutes, Willow walked forward, slow, careful, but curious. She sniffed the air, she tilted her head, and then, she did something Emma had never seen. Willow wagged her tail, not a tiny, unsure flick, but a real, soft, honest wag. Willow's journey wasn't about becoming a perfect dog. It wasn't about tricks or obedience or commands. It was about something deeper, something every dog lover should understand. You know, dogs speak long before they bark. Their language is posture, breath, eyes, tail, silence, movement. And when you learn to listen, well, you don't just understand their behavior, you understand their soul. Emma didn't fix Willow, she simply listened to her. And Willow, once silent, began to speak again. Not with noise, but with trust. One evening, as the sun set behind soft orange clouds, Emma sat on the porch sipping tea. Willow lay beside her, head resting on Emma's foot, watching fireflies dance across the yard. The world was quiet, peaceful, full of warmth. Emma looked down at Willow. Willow looked up at her with soft eyes, the kind that only appear when a dog has finally found where they belong. You found your voice, didn't you? Willow's tail swayed gently in that slow, full, confident way. A wag that finally meant happiness. And in that moment Emma understood. The language of Willow was never spoken. It was felt. And that, loyal dog lover family, is the final chapter of Willow's beautiful journey. A story of fear turned into trust. Pain turned into healing. Silence turned into love. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap that bell icon so you never miss another powerful dog story, just like this one.